Halo 5 racetrack showcase. Hopefully don't get cheesed this time I'm recording it. But here we have Nigrum Caseum SX, which means black cheese in Latin. So if you're wondering what the name of the track means, because it's freaking weird, there it is, it's black cheese in Latin. And I'm pretty sure it's pronounced differently, but we say Nigrum Caseum because that's what it looks like and it sounds kind of funny. So we have a working gate. Hey, timed it correctly. Working gate, that's the first thing I'd show you on the track. But this is a supercross track. It runs about like average lap times for a supercross. Let me finish this lap and I run. But it runs, if I remember correctly, it runs about an average lap time for a supercross track. In the 40-second range, at least for Halo, that's about the average time for a supercross track. It's pretty average on here. So let's see. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so that's about 42 seconds. So about a 42-second lap time. So it's pretty average. But this track it was forged. This will also just to point this out. So the last track showcase I did was Eagle River, and that is the first race we're doing this season. And this track is going to be the second track that we do on the doubleheader that night. So that's why I'm doing the second, because I thought I'd show it off since it's going to be the second one raced. Track is pretty much complete in terms of layout. In terms of aesthetics, I might add a few things here or there before we race it. But for the most part, this track's pretty much done. Anyways, what makes this track so great? Well, before I talk about it, is this track was forged by, I forged most of the layout. Armada 223 helped with some of it, and then had Strategic Apathy work on a few of the aesthetics, and then Slaunch added a few parts to some of the sections. So, but I did most of it, but it was a bit of a group forge, as there's been little contributions by other people throughout the track, which I always thought was a good thing, because like for example, for me, it's really easy for me to go on somebody else's track and point out what should be different with it, whereas when I go on my own track that I'm forging, I have my own vision, and it may not be easy for me to see what's necessarily wrong with it or what can easily. So that's something I'd recommend doing with your own tracks, or maps and forge, anything, is forge it by yourself and get your vision done, and then have other people look at it and see what they say, see what they think, and really take in some of their ideas, because I think that's one of the best things you can do is do what you want to do, like do your own vision, and then have other people look at it and see what they think. And if you do that and you listen to the feedback and critique it a little bit, you'll end up with a really good finished product. It's never, I don't think it's ever hurt a track to have people look at it and see what they think. I don't think it's ever hurt a track, so definitely good thing. But anyways, this track, there's a lot to talk about. It has many lines. This is a battle track for Supercross, I would say, because there is just so many different lines that you can hit here, and they're all effective. They all have their own pros and cons. I'll try to show off as many of them as I can throughout this video, but this track has many different lines you can hit, and it's awesome. Like, this track is super fun, and obviously for this showcase I'm just here by myself doing the showcase, but when you're racing this track with other people, it is ridiculous. Like, you get into some crazy battles, and it's really hard for the battles to end, because there's so many different lines that it's easy to adjust, like, mid-battle, and on top of that, there's so many different lines that, like, it's hard to like to get away from somebody, because there's so many different lines that are fast. It ends up being super fun because of that, because you get so much different so many different lines. And ends up being one of the more fun tracks, I think, that I've raced for Supercross on here. Whoa! I got super loose right there. Let me, I'll try to show off a different line this lap, because I've been running pretty similar lines throughout the video. I'll try to do something a little bit different this time. Go hit the inside there, and then show off this. Do a little single, double, double action. There's so many different lines you can take in many of the sections, and I'm not exaggerating it. There really is. And what makes it so great is that the lines are pretty well balanced out. So you like it's very hard to like get away from somebody. I think on this track. Wow, I did not have enough speed. That single double double is kind of hard to hit. See if I can do a double double single this time. There we go. Yep. And what I'm showing here, the track really is this easy to race. Like, it's not. What makes this, another thing that I like about this track is that it's super easy to pick up. Like, people that aren't, I'd say, like, used to this game yet, and they're not good at like doing the adjustments in air. Because in other Halo games, you couldn't do that. Like, I'll show you what I mean in a second here. All right. Let me hit this jump. So like that in other Halo games, you can't do that. Previous titles, you cannot do that. And you know, some people are still, even though this game, you know, Forge has been out racing, we've been racing for a while. Some people still aren't exactly used to that. They still haven't adapted to it. So this track, I think, is a good track for those people to race on to really get used to it and figure out how to do it on this game, because it's pretty easy. This track is pretty easy to learn, like how to throttle control. Like not that. That was pretty bad. I did not have very good throttle control right there. I was a little too fast. This track would be a good track for those people to go on to really learn some of those Halo 5 features. Go. Try to give you a nice solid lap to end on here. Oh, can I make it? Yeah, that was super close. Oh, I have way too much speed. There we go. Try to give you guys a solid lap to end on here. See what I can do. Oh, there we go. Perfect landing. Talking about. I like to hit the big jumps that clear the most ground. That's my favorite line on here. But there's many lines you can take, and they're all fast. Be a little barrel roll to end on. Whoa, loosage. Saved it though, and boom. So there you go. That's it. That's Nigrum Caseum. Pretty solid track. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Hope you enjoy racing it. As you'll see, this track raced first week of the HRL season. And like I said, if you wanna try this track and see if you enjoy stuff like this, just go to my file share, Standby Luke 7, and you'll be able to download it yourself, try out the track. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and